needs of the film, what the sets would look like, how they would be photographed. This would be part of this process that would set the stage for Chaplin so that Chaplin could then explore its opportunities. And the big sequences that use visual effects in the circus are the sequence when Chaplin, he's thinking what he would really like to do to Rex, the lion cage sequence, and the tightrope sequence. And Chaplin needed to use split screen technique as part of his process to create these sequences. This is the type of camera that Rollie Totheroh would have used to photograph the circus. It's a Bell & Howell 2709 camera. It's all metal, and it is made very precisely so that film can be registered one frame at a time, making it ideal to do visual effects work. So the way the camera works is it has a special type of film movement transport system. And let's take a look at how this works. This is the camera movement, and you can see that there are two pins or two fixed pins that the film is actually placed on during exposure. That's what makes it so steady, so precise. And so the way this works is that the advancing arms push the film through the gate for perforations, and then it's placed back on these registration pins for the exposure. Then the arm continues back again, another 4 perforations. It's removed from the fixed pins and advanced again to the next position and then back onto the fixed pins. This happens over and over again during the photography in order to make an extremely steady image. Now, this mechanism is very precise. It's built to extremely fine tolerances, so much so that you can do multiple exposures over and over again without the sort of characteristic jiggling between exposures, meaning that this design allowed special effects to take a leap forward to do much more complex work than what could have been done before. These are a series of accessories for the Bell & Howell 2709 camera. They are aperture mats. And what you would do is slide this plate, it's a brass plate, between the lens and the film. And you can see in this case, this is for the effect of a binocular. So if you wanted to have a scene where the character was supposed to be looking through binoculars, this mask would go into the camera, and that effect would be achieved during the photography. It's kind of fun to see some of these different ideas. They've got the classic keyhole mat for when you're looking through keyholes. They have just a star, very much like a circus, so it could have been used in the circus. But additionally, what these mats are for are special effects work. And you can see that there's a series of cutouts that are square cutouts. And what's going on is that these are the masks that are put in the camera for a split screen effect. So let's take a look at how the aperture mat actually slides in. We're going to rotate the lens around so that we can see inside the camera aperture. I'm going to rotate the shutter out of the way so that you can see the film plane. That's that gray square inside the aperture. By putting the split screen mask in, we're ready to photograph only half the frame. So this might be photographing Charlie Chaplin on the right-hand side. After that's completed, the camera would be rewound, and the aperture mask split would be placed deeper into the shot so that only the left-hand side would be exposed. It's protecting what was exposed, but the left-hand side is ready for exposure. Then once that is photographed, the two are combined together, creating the scene.